If you guys are looking for some cheap FIFA 20 coins, head over to u7buy.com. You can buy coins off the website. You can also buy players. So if you wanted Messi, you could buy him off the website. Make sure to use code MUZZ at checkout for 5% off. Yes lads, and welcome back to our brand new video. So icon swaps have just been dropped, the next batch of icons. But just before you start, if you could let me know who you guys are going for. I'm personally going for Roberto Carlos and Crespo. I was planning on I took weekend league off and I was planning on grinding all weekend for the icon swaps. Of course, EA don't tell us till Sunday that they're actually coming on Monday. But I was going to grind them all Monday, but I've had literally one of the worst days. If you don't know and you don't follow my Twitter, go follow my Twitter. But I got hacked today. Long story short, got hacked, and you're probably wondering how I've still got my channel, but yeah, I still don't have full access to my channel. There's a lot of stuff. YouTube are trying to sort it out for me. I'm hoping that the hacker watches this video and please don't delete anything. Like, generally you've still got access to my account, so please don't delete anything in terms of videos and stuff like that. But yeah, it's been a long day. Anyway boys, if you could drop a like, I'd appreciate that. Even a dislike helps, so if you could drop a dislike, even that, the hacker might drop a dislike, so cool. Anyway boys, if you could drop some as well. There's a lot of objectives, by the way, a lot. So I've gone through the rivals. I've got 8 rivals games, and you've got to win 34 games for the rivals. So I saw all this and I was like, okay, fair enough. Maybe they've not done squad battles, because they've done this much. They've done squad battles. They've done 4 lots of squad battles, and I'll come to squad battles at the end. But they have done us dirty on squad battles, and I'll show you why at the end. So, yeah, boys, let's jump straight on into the rivals. I'm going to be showing you how to do it as fast as you possibly can. Trust me, if you sat there and grinded, I reckon you could do it 4 or 5 hours with this method. So, a lot of them are going to be similar sort of methods, because there's a lot of similar things. But here we go. Let's go through them one by one. Get a decent amount of XP from this as well, so not too bad. Okay. So for the first one, you need to win 5 rivals matches using 11 Champions League players in your starting squad. Okay, I'm going to do this as a tip for all of them, because I don't want to keep going through every single one being like, yo, do this, do this, do this. Okay, so what you want to do for every single one, trust me with this. I don't care if you love your Div 4 awards, you love your Div 3. Come down to Div 9, come down to even Div 8, Div 7. It's going to be sweaty. I would say it's going to be sweaty in the lower divisions, because a lot of people are going to be relegating. But people don't realise how many people actually play this game. I've been in Division 10, Division 9, Division 8, Division 7. What I do is I go down to 0 points in Div 10, go up to Div 7, go like high Div 7, and then I'll drop all the way back down again. So I get Div 7 rewards on Thursday, and then I'll relegate back down, so I play against Div 10 players, if you get me. But you rarely come across good players. You'd think you would. I've played probably over 100 games now in like Div 10, Div 9, Div 8, Div 7. Rarely you ever come across relegated players. So trust me, relegate yourself down. That is a huge tip. Huge tip for these rivals. Obviously, it's so obvious, I don't even need to explain. In Div 3, Div 4, good luck. I had to get the last icon swaps in Div 4. To be fair, I didn't actually find it too bad in Div 4. But that was like at the start of the game. And it weren't as sweaty. But this time round, I feel like you've come down to Div 10. Trust me, every single game you'll win. And it'll be happy days, because you've got to use first order players. So, for the first one though, you need to win 5 rival matches using 11 Champions League players. You can use either Champions League Rares, Champions League Commons, and road to the final. So first of all, the first tip I'm going to give you, a lot of you guys have probably already done it. But what you're going to do is go over to the SBCs. I'd open up all the packs currently out, like the Champions League packs, the marquee matchups, marquee moments. Get every first owner you can get, because you're going to need the first owners for the objectives. So open up every pack you can get. If you've not done your advanced SBCs, then trust me, do it. You might even have to do a couple of gold upgrades. But if you're doing gold upgrades, don't use first owners. So what's the SBC that I'm trying to find? So go to road to the final. Game changer. This SBC is huge for this objectives, because you need 11 Champions League players. And as you can probably guess, Champions League players, especially usable ones, they're going to shoot up in price. So this will be very worth it. You get 3 Champions League players in it, 1 rare, 2 common, and even commons will help a lot, even if you get like a 78 Premier League. That'll help a lot. So, and not only that, for the Champions League, let's say maybe you don't want to spend a lot of coins on the Champions League squad. This is currently my relegation team. I've just done a bit of relegating. Nearly in Div... I think I'm in Div 10 now, actually. Yeah, I've relegated down to Div 10 just for today. So, let me go to my main account. Let me have a quick look at the Champions League players. So, you need a full 11 of Champions League players. And by the way, my team is not fully complete, so don't fully look at it. Special. I don't think I have many. But, like, let's say I build a Serie A team, because I've got Callahan and Kadira. I go by full Champions League team, whether it's common or whatever. So, Callahan... not the best player, to be honest. he needs a shooting boost. So in Rivals, you can literally go like this. And trust me, you'll need training cards for some of these bad players. Callum's not too bad. Plus 15 shooting. And now he's got 93 shooting. So you'll get it done faster because he's got better shooting. So happy days for that. So that's the Champions League objective. Another big thing you can do in Rivals, boys, is obviously so far we've said win, relegate down to Div 9, Div 8, even Div 7-ish. Div 7. That's a big factor. And then obviously you can put your training cards on. Another thing you can do is... Where is it? So a huge thing as well, actually. So you can change your name to Free Win. Not Free Win. What would you change it to? I'd change it to probably Objective. There might be a better name out there. Off the top of my head, I'll go Objective. Objective. And I would say message your opponent, but you need to win. That's the thing. You need to win, so you probably couldn't do Objective. But giving them training cards and relegated down, you don't even need any wins anyway. Like, why are you messaging a guy? Oh, can I have a win? Can I have a win in Div 10? Get out of here. So them few tips are huge for this. Absolutely huge for the Rivals ones. Let me have a brief look at the rest of the Rivals ones. We've got win 5 Rivals using Champions League players. Win 5 Rivals using Brazilians. The same, you can literally relegate down and training cards. Here's the first owner one. So you need 11 first owner players for that. 7 first owner Premier League. Then we've got first owner Ligue 1. First owner Serie A, first owner La Liga, and first owner Bundesliga. So obviously for all these first owners, go to every pack you can do, every SBC. I think there's a few objectives for packs as well. In the Mbabu, I think. Pretty sure Mbabu has a few packs in there. Does he have? Yeah, he has a couple of packs. Go to Mbabu as well. You'll probably do Mbabu on the way, to be honest. If you're using Bundesliga players, a few Wolfsburg. If you can get some Wolfsburg players in your Bundesliga team, that'll be happy days because you can do the Mbabu at the same time, which would be pretty sick. Okay, so that's the Rivals ones done. Hopefully you guys, if you've got any questions about that, just drop me a question and I'll answer it. So, jumping into the next one, Squad Battles. So, this is what everyone loves to play. Trust me, it's not as bad as you think. It really isn't. Last time I played all of these on Legendary. All of them. And I regret it. I do not recommend it at all. Even if you can beat Legendary 5-0 most times with your main team, I don't recommend it. So, my first tip for these Squad Battle ones, I'll go for it one by one because there's a few things I want to say about Squad Battles. So, you've got to win 6... Wait, you've got... Bro, they're making us play so many more games. 6, 12, 18. Holy... They're making us play a batch. Right, okay, for the Squad Battle one, so you have to win a batch of games. So what you want to do is try and play every single Squad Battle game you play against the first 2 teams. Maybe even the third team. A 180 is not too bad. If you're playing against World Class, you'll be at 180, I reckon. What's a 180 look like? It's like a fairly average team, to be fair. And that's not the most 180 team because I've got bronzes. Sometimes 180s look worse than that. But what you want to do is play the first 2 teams and then literally just refresh. Happy days. I don't want to refresh though because I need every team I can get as well. Never ever play against the 4th. You won't need it. We're going to have to play a lot of games this week. Over 20. So you're going to have to play the first 2. And then if you ever get a 180, I'd play the 180. Or you might get a 179 or something there. Maybe even the odd time you might have to play a 182. But my biggest tip for this, to make this as fast as possible, play the first 2, refresh. For the odd one, like I said, you're going to have to play the first 3 because they're making us play a lot more Squad Battles this week. And yeah, it's going to be a bit grim. So that's the first tip. You can also put training cards on in Squad Battles again. So when you're using Liga MX players, you're going to have maybe a few silvers in there. You're going to have a few silvers in there, so you're going to need training cards. And the good thing about this is a big tip as well. So you've got to start, you can literally start with, like, let's say this, Liga MX. Start with your Liga MX team, and then just sub them. You can put, I've got Messi, so I'll sub Messi straight on. Let's say they've got a silver right wing, I'll go buy a silver right wing, bring Messi on. If they've only got silver defenders, I can do the same. Put like an Akanji and a Piece Check on the bench, sub him straight on. That's what I did the last icon swaps. Literally just, I bought like a 200 coin bronze or something like that to make it cheap, and then I just subbed on like a Piece Check or something like defence. So that's another big tip for that. By the way, this is the one thing I want to talk about. Legendary. I think this is horrendous from here. I really do, because a lot of people can't beat Legendary with a normal team. Never mind with a championship team. I feel like they should make it so everyone can earn these icon swaps. In my opinion, I don't know what you guys can comment on this as well. I personally think they should make an option where you can play against it on semi-pro or world class. But let's say if you have to win on semi-pro, you have to win 12 games instead. And if you choose world class, maybe you win 8 or 9 or even 10 games. Because obviously, bro, hardly anyone is going to be able to beat Legendary. I couldn't get my words out. Legendary with a championship team. With a championship team. Are you mad? They have to give an option. I really think they have to give an option. Like, let us win with world class or semi-pro, but for more wins. I think that's a joke, that is. I personally can beat it, but there's going to be a lot of kids that are going to struggle to get all 24 if they can't beat it. Even world class is fairly easy. If you're playing against one of the first two, it's fairly easy. But Legendary with a championship team, that's ridiculous. But there we go, boys. Anyway, if you've got any questions, then feel free to ask. Like I said, I don't really need to repeat myself again because, yeah, trust me, you'll get it done in one night if you follow all these tips. Like I said, if you've got any questions, please do let me know in the comments. And yeah, boys, please do drop a like. We'll go with 30 likes. Drop some if you're new. And yeah, boys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.